Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine McCoy and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for clicking in to drop by. But if you are a returner, it is always nice to have you back. This video, I will be completing the series where I talk about my AKA journey. As I said in the very first video, my AKA journey has been very short, but it has been very impactful. And in this video, we are going to be talking about my life after being in international leadership, serving as the International Second Vice President of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Now, before we get too far into this video, if you are not yet subscribed, that is okay. You're gonna take your finger, your cursor, go to the bottom right-hand corner. There is a big red button that says subscribe. Click that, turn on notifications, and you'll be notified of all the other amazing videos that I make about, in my opinion, the best sorority in the entire world, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So let's get into this video about life after serving in international leadership. It all started at Boulé 2022, where I was stepping back, I was stepping out, and they were electing a new international second vice president.
Jasmine E. McCoy, International Second Vice President. Jamie Gray, International Second Vice President-elect. Shelley Luther Wilson, International Secretary. Carolyn G. Randolph, International Secretary-elect.
They thanked all of the former members for their excellent work, and then we were going off of the stage as they brought in the new board of directors members for their induction. And with that, we stepped out of the excellence administration into the soaring administration. Goodbye to Dr. Glenda Glover, hello to Danette Anthony Reed. I also got some new pins, so we're gonna look at those real quick. These are pins that if you're a frequent watcher of my channel, you have seen before. But these pins tell a history. They tell you what it is that I've been through. So by being the international second vice president, I was able to get this pin for the excellence administration. This pin, it's one of my prized possessions, and I have it in two ways. Also, this is the sisterhood sash from the soaring administration, so I love how I'm able to show off all of the amazing things that I've been a part of. Each of these pins has their own special history. I don't know. You all really did like the AKA purse collection video that I did. Maybe I could do a pin collection video. I don't know. If you want to see that, put that in the comments. So we went from the excellence pin to me then having and stepping into a very, very small, very elite group within Alpha Kappa Alpha, and it is that of the former board of directors members, people who have served with honor, served with dignity, and taken the sorority to greater heights in fulfilling our purpose. So I got my former board of directors pin. I wear this all the time whenever I go to any AKA event now. And I did get my new pin because we are stepping out of excellence into soaring. I did get my soaring administration. Very nice. So that was some of the physical things that ended my term as the international second vice president. And when I left Florida, also, if you want to see all the videos that I made for the 2022 Boulé, that is an amazing playlist that I have made. I will put it down in the description. But we left Florida and I'm like, wow, what do I do? Like, I'm done being the international second vice president. I don't know what to do with myself. It was a very big change. Now, if you're thinking that simply because I wasn't the international second vice president anymore, that means that I didn't serve at an international level, you would be wrong. So after I left my position as the international second vice president, I stepped into my position as a member of the former board of directors leadership council. It is a new international committee, and it is made up of people who have served the sorority in the past as board of directors members. So we have myself, and I'm kind of there to be the undergraduate young soror's voice. And then we also have a bunch of regional directors, as well as a former international president and CEO. And we all serve together. I love them. They are my bestie gals, and we just have a good time when we're all together. So that is the international committee that I sit on now. We have our meetings, we do the work of the sorority, and it is a way for me to maintain my international leadership within the sorority. Obviously, it's nowhere nearly as time-consuming as being the international second vice president. And I'm also able to say if we have an exam coming up, which we do this week. Also, I'm in medical school, if you didn't know, if you don't watch other videos on my channel. I'm in medical school. So medical school, big priority. But if we have a meeting the week of an exam, I might say, it's not looking like I'll be able to join this week's meeting. Or I can join the meeting, but I can only give you all an hour and a half of my time. And they're very receptive, very understanding. Go ahead, Jasmine, make sure that you become Dr. McCoy. So I love being on the International Former Board of Directors Leadership Council. Another big way that my relationship to AKA changed is looking at my regional conference attendance. So, as the International Second Vice President, I'm at everything. I'm at all 10 regional conferences. Now, I'm able to decide, I'll just go to one. I'll just go to two. In 2023, which was my first regional conference season, not as a board of directors member, I decided to go to two. I went to the North Atlantic Regional Conference because the North Atlantic Regional Director, Alicia P. Spearman, is an LU alum, Lambda Upsilon. That is the same initiation chapter that I had, and she is also a number 6, just like me, so I had to go and support her. And then I also had to go to the Great Lakes Regional Conference because I am in the Great Lakes region at the time. At the time, I was living in the Great Lakes region, and I had to support Alpha Omega because not only is my mom the International Nominating Committee representative for the Great Lakes region, but the regional director of the Great Lakes region, Gwendolyn Kirtley, is also in Alpha Omega chapter, which is the chapter that I was a part of. So I was able to go just to those two, not have to be jet setting, although jet setting is kind of nice, to all 10 regional conferences. And one of the best things is, as a former board of directors member, because of this pen, I am able to be a VSG for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life, I will always be a former board of director member. I will always be recognized in every introduction, maybe just in the general, good evening to all former board of directors members, but sometimes I might be specifically referenced, and the special good evening to the the former international second vice president, Jasmine E. McCoy, and I'll stand up and I'll wave and I'll smile and da-da-da. So I was able to go to the 2023 Great Lakes Regional Conference, North Atlantic Regional Conference, as a VSG, a very special guest, and not have any responsibilities. I was able to go and just sit and enjoy, be on the front row, not have to worry about any speeches to give. It was amazing. I loved it. I will put the links to those playlists down in the description as well, but it was different. It was nice. And here I was thinking, I'm not the international second vice president anymore. I'll just be able to go wherever I want and not be noticed by anyone. No. I was still noticed quite a bit, had so many people coming up and asking me if they could take pictures with me. And here I am, just I'm not really doing anything. I'm not on any program, but people are still coming up to me saying how much they remembered and enjoyed me being the international second vice president, that they loved what I did, and that they hope that they can see other international second vice presidents do what it is I did with the position. So, very good. And I had also, when it relates to both of those regional conferences, I had a great time being able to share them with my mom. So now it's time to talk about the most recent change that has come in my AKA journey, and that has to relate to medical school. When I was the International Second Vice President, AKA was my top priority, except for the 4 months that I was studying for the MCAT. And now that I'm in medical school is my top priority. Medical school, that's gonna take 4 years. Residency, which will come after medical school, another 4 years. So it's definitely obvious that AKA is no longer my top priority. Is it still a very important part of my life? Yes. Everyone in my medical school class knows that I was the International Second Vice President of AKA. They know that when I wear pink and green, I am repping Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and I love my sorority. I'm also an active member still. Yes, still paying my dues. Tear. But I love that lifelong active membership that comes with being a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. And it is something that I will continue, but it is important to understand and be flexible. And this is something I had to get in my own mind. It is important to understand and be flexible with the fact that sometimes AKA is not going to be the priority. Sometimes, like the way it is now, it's going to be medical school. But I still make sure that it has a place in my life. So when the Central Regional Conference comes around, am I going to be able to sit for plenary on Thursday and Friday? No. Homegirl got to be in class. But the events that happen on Saturday and Sunday, yes, I can be there for that. Another part of my AKA journey that has changed is when we have our even-numbered years, that is when we do our elections. Or at least that's when we do the election for the position that really matters to me, International Second Vice President. So because of that, because I am a former International Second Vice President, I have undergraduates and grad advisors reaching out asking, hey, would you talk to ex-undergraduate about serving on international leadership, about the time commitment, about the campaign, about your speech, yada, yada, yada. And I always say, yes, of course. We can have a 30-minute, 1-hour call. It depends on how I'm studying, but I try to make sure that I am available to the undergraduate members because I love seeing that there are undergraduates in our sorority who have a passion and a desire for higher levels of leadership. If you can't tell, I love my AKA, and that is something that is never going to change. Now, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you are still here and you would like to know more about specific parts of my AKA journey, you can put your questions into the comments below. Remember, if you are not yet subscribed, that's okay. Just click the big red button in the bottom right-hand corner. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.